Hello there, I'm Matthew the designer. You are watching a presentation by Matthew Standards of Printing. We believe you are not supposed to learn from your mistake, but standardize the solution. What do we mean by that? This is what we mean. If you've encountered a problem in your printing business, maybe it's on coding, maybe it's on invoicing, or on operation, this is what you're supposed to do. Grab a pen and a paper, write the problem down, and then write a step-by-step solution to solve that problem. Why? So that other employees can be able to solve the problem in your absence. Why? So that you can have time to focus on other things, so that the business cannot depend on you in order for it to operate. Why? Maybe one day you can take a vacation, maybe for a year. I'm all about checklist, quality control, error handling, franchising, automation, innovation, printing, reverse engineering, machine innovation, and design. A little bit about me. I've got a diploma in information technology, software development. These are some of the companies that I've worked for. Divine Design, my own company. iConnect Internet Cafe, I was a shop assistant and a manager. DigiFusion, it's a signage franchise, I was a graphic designer. Signage Guys, I was a graphic designer. Saki Print Sign, a business developer and sales. Jetline, it's a printing franchise, I was a graphic designer. Ditello Marketing, I was a graphic designer. Tidal Creative, my own brand, I was working from home. Inventor Prom, it's a pet printing company, I was a graphic designer. Budget Branding, it specializes on outdoor solutions, I was a production manager. Frame Fun, I am a production manager. The fire is still burning. I just want to quickly introduce you to my first standard of printing business, which is 442, which say your first 4 services is your core. Why this standard? This standard is trying to solve a problem of a long list of services in many printing companies, which many of those services, they are not excellent on doing them, and also the client are not interested on buying those services from them. Let us assume that a printing company has got 10 services. The first 4 services defines the company. The other 4 are supposed to complement the first 4. And the other 2, these are the services that you are not supposed to offer. You are supposed to outsource. This standard is based on the 80-20 rule that say 20% of the input makes 80% of the output. 20% of your services makes 80% of your clients. 442 is a second standard of the 3 standards that we have developed. The first standard, it's a persona. It's based on branding. The second one, it's 442, based on service. And the third one, it's a retainer. It's based on client. Why 442 is in the middle? As a startup printing company or as a startup graphic designer, you are not conscious, you are not aware of the importance of branding. Therefore, it's easy to overlook. I have tried to work with printing companies in trying to get them to understand the importance of branding and the value of branding, but it's difficult for them to conceive. Reason is, branding appeals to the future, not now. It doesn't appeal to a transaction, and also it doesn't directly translate to profit. So it's difficult for printing companies to understand the value of branding, even though the most valuable asset of any printing company, it's its own brand. Not how many clients it has, not how many employees it has, and also not how much money it makes. So I decided to start in the middle with the 442. This makes it easier for me to talk about a long list of services, which most of them, clients are not willing to buy those services from that printing company. For instance, the website and web development. Maybe clients are inclined to work with IT specialists or people who specialize in web design than a printing company that has a web design services. Nevertheless, most printing companies, they've got a very long list of services. That is what I'm trying to solve. And the third standard, it's a retainer. It's all about client, keeping them, making sure that these clients are here forever. Why a retainer? Most companies, even after operating for more than 15 to 20 years, they are still obsessed with sales. They still have to go out there and get the jobs, which, as far as my experience is concerned, a company that at least has been running for 5 years, it's supposed to have a solid database of clients, which it has retained during the year. However, it might not be enough. It might happen the company is still evolving, but it's supposed to have a database of clients that serves as a foundation. It is not supposed to be desperate for sales. Then we have a burnout hunger scenario. Let's say John decides to only target one person. John might be fortunate enough to have a loyal client that will support him, but he will die of hunger because the money that he will get from one client won't be sufficient to pay him, pay the staff, pay the bills, and pay everything. Let's say that the client is loyal to stick to John, is happy to stick with John. However, the client has got different needs. John might be offering printing services, but he might not be offering website services. John might be an internet cafe, but he's not gonna offer signage services. John might offer signage services, but John is not going to offer branding or brand strategy and other services. So in this case, the client will burn out because one, the client cannot stick to one person who is not a specialist. If they want a website to be designed, they can't stick to John because John is busy with a lot of things, and also John is not a specialist. John is not laser focused. John is good at one thing but not at the others. So in this case, the client will burn out, maybe run out of business. Let us get to the introduction of niching. Now, John has to. He doesn't have a choice. He must choose an industry, a printing industry. In a printing industry, he must choose a certain group of people with common characteristics, values, and ideas, which is a niche. Even though he might be in a printing sector, but he has to target a certain group of people. So this is the core foundation of the 442 principle, that out of the 10 services that you offer, 4 of those, they define you. 4 of those must complement the first 4, and the last 2, these are the services you are supposed to outsource.